Hi everyone, it's Miss Bragg. We're going to go over lesson 87 in phonics. So if you will look at my board, we are going to first talk about go back over and review what a diphthong is. Kind of a funny word. But can you think about what a diphthong is? Do you remember? This is a review. It is where two vowel sounds come together so fast that they are considered to be one syllable. Who can name the diphthongs that we have already learned? I'll go ahead and write them up here. Here are some that we've already learned, okay? I'll write them. We're going to write them right here in this little bubble. We have talked about OU. We talked about OW. OI, and OY. These are diphthongs. Which diphthongs are regular for spelling in the initial and medial positions? Remember? That would be OI and OU. We usually find these in the beginning or middle of words. Which diphthongs are regular for spelling in the final position? That would be the OW and the OY, which is towards the end of words. How do we code a diphthong? You remember that? We will make an arc under it. Okay. What sounds do these diphthongs make? Diphthongs OU and OW are ow, and OI and OY are oi. Remember that ow, OU, and OW can also be digraphs, and then they only make one sound each. Does anyone remember what those sounds are? We have an O sound. So you could have this sound OO, like soup. It has an oo sound. And then you also have OW that can make a long O sound. And that is what our examples coming up are going to do. Okay, so I have written two words in the green box, low and soup. So listen closely to my question. What sound does the OW make when it is a digraph? So we're looking at the OW digraph. It makes a long O sound. That is correct. So we're going to code the word low in the box. Okay. We're going to underline the digraph. We're going to cross out the W and make a long O sound. So this is how you would code low. Now, let's look at the next word. What does the OU make when it is a digraph? It has an oo sound. Digraph OU makes the oo sound, as in the word soup. So we will code this one. We're going to underline it. We do not hear the O. Okay, and we hear a long U sound, soup. Be careful when you code letters OW and OU. You must remember when they act as digraphs and when they act as diphthongs. Okay, so let's look over on the other side of the board, and we have a word written there. But before we go over that, let's do a quick review and see if you remember how to code just by thinking out loud. Here's the first question. How do we code a word that follows the vowel consonant E pattern? You remember? We're going to cross out the E, because it's quiet, and put a macron over the vowel, like in the word kite. Like kite. K-I-T-E. Cross out the E, put a macron over the I. How do we code a vowel that is followed by a consonant? Like dog. What's the O there? We're going to put a breve over it. It makes a short sound. How do we code a final, stable syllable? like table, B-L-E, bull. Final stable syllable. We're going to put a bracket around them. How do we code a word with two vowel sounds? Two vowel sounds. We're going to first find the vowels. We're going to look between them for consonants and then divide the word and code it. How do we code an open accented vowel? It's going to make a long sound, so it'll be a macron. Okay, so let's look over here. I have an example to code before we move on to our worksheet. All right, first phrase is called fish bait. If you have a piece of paper, it would be good to write this down, pause the video, try to code it before I do, and see if you match what I did. Okay, so let's look at fish bait. Write that down if you haven't already. And if you have and you've already coded it, great. I'm going to quickly code it, and then I'm going to get you to write down the next sentence and try to code it without me. All right, here we go. Fish bait. Let's underline our SH digraph. Okay, we have a short I sound, so we're going to do a breathe there. Then we're going to look at bait. Let's look at bait. We have a long A sound, but we have an AI vowel combination, so let's underline it. We hear the A, but we don't hear the I, so let's mark it out, and we have a long A sound. Okay, so I want you to pause your video, try to answer or code the sentence, a bowl of brown rice with soy is good. Do not let the broth boil out of the soup. Okay? All right. I'm going to code it, and I want you to check yours. So I want you to code it while I'm coding mine, but I'm going to freeze the video, and then you come back and check your work. Okay, check your work, and then we're going to switch over to the worksheet. Okay, guys, if you will make sure you are on worksheet 87 on this side of your worksheet, starting with bowl. If you will repeat after me, let's say these words: bowl, owl, enjoy, you, spoil, train. Let's go ahead and code these. So we have bowl. This goes with our lesson. We have the OW sound, but it makes a long O sound. We have OW with a long O sound. So we're going to code this. Let's underline the digraph. Let's see. Underline the digraph. It has a long O sound, but we don't hear the W. So we're going to code it this way. Now the next one, owl, has O-W, owl sound. It's not the long O sound, it's owl. So it's a diphthong. So we're going to code it with an arc. A little bit different there. It's what we learned in our lesson. So number 3, enjoy. Enjoy. We have 2 syllables. Let's go hunt down our vowels here. So this is a VCCV. So we're going to divide there between your 2 C's. We have an OY sound, oi, oi. This is used as a diphthong because it's at the end of the word. So we're going to use an arc. Short E sound. And we're going to accent this one, but normally, or it seems as if we've always accented the first syllable, but when we don't say enjoy, we say enjoy. We actually say the last syllable a little harder. We stress it a little harder. Next word, you, you. The OU digraph has a U, long U sound, so we're going to put a macron over that and cross out that O. We don't hear that O. Next one, spoil, spoil. O-I, arc here for the diphthong. And we've got the A-I digraph there, and we're going to long A, no I sound. Let's match up our pictures. Got one there. Okay. Next one. We have a bowl and we have an owl. Now let's read our story and answer our questions. When we publish or print my book, we should send one to my teacher. She will be happy to see that I can write. When I was little, she told me that I could write well. Number 7, what does publish mean? So here's our word we're looking for. So you go back, honey, in your story, and there it is. And remember, I have told you before, if you see publish or, that means they're giving you another meaning for it right there beside it. Publish or print. So it means to print something. Okay? And we're printing a book. 8, whom will we send a book to? Who will it go to? So send a book. Let's look for send a book. We should send one to my teacher. Next, I could write well when I was young. So let's look for young. That might be a good clue word. So let's see. Oh, I don't see that. Let's think about another word for young. I see little. When I was little. That goes along with when I was young. She told me I could write well. So that would be a yes. Okay, I am finished. You'll flip your worksheet over and work on the back side on your own and turn it in. Have a great day.